everyone. This is your good pal, the 22nd and 24th President of the United States, Dizzy Gillespie here, with a message for the people. You can follow Ryan O'Connor at Wrangleshank on Instagram and Twitter. The link is in the description. Also in the description, the link to the Bonehead cartoon. So click it or tick it. Furthermore, be sure to like, share, subscribe, or tick it. I thank you all.
It's time for Ink the Book Show with your host, Ryan O'Connor. And now, let's ink the book.
Hi, people. It's me, Ryan, on Ink the Book Show. Welcome. It's the show where I ink my first graphic novel in the wee corners of my life. So I'm finishing page 157 or so. Let's get to business. It's business time. The beginning of this always feels like some kind of weird puppet show. Everything's on little cranes. My light, my camera, my puppets. So, get some elbow room here. And a sip of tea. Oh, that's how you know the day is good. When you've got some tea. You know, that is how you know life is good. I want for nothing in this life. I can go shopping whenever I want something. I have money. I have a job. I have a car. I have a house. I have safety. It might seem like you don't have safety sometimes, but you have safety. It's a pretty dang safe life. It's a pretty comfortable life. The abundance of comfort and joy all the days of my life is something to be grateful for. I never have to be cold one moment of my life. Pretty much. I have a heater on in my room right now, even though the weather is beautiful. I have air conditioning in my car. My job is air conditioned. What a cushy life. Might not seem like it in the wee moments where you're ready to tear someone's head off, but it's good to pause every once in a while and think about what you have to be grateful for. Like I say, I want for nothing in this life. It's a pretty good life. Anyway, what else is going on? So I'm trying to get a little more rigid with my art output. So I think what I'm going to do for this book, I think I'm going to schedule out all the remaining pages, which is, I got to figure it out a little bit because I'm going to add a few pages before the end of the book. But I think I'm going to make myself like a day-by-day schedule. But that requires a lot of forethought. So the goal is that I'll know exactly what day I'm going to finish inking this book. So, like, if I fall behind, I'll know what I have to catch up to. Like, for example, this is yesterday's page. I didn't finish it. So what I want to do today is finish this page and then get another page in. If I have like a calendar showing me exactly what page I'm supposed to be on, I'm not going to say it'll be easier to stick to that schedule. That could be a nightmare, depending on how, life holds up to my best laid plans. But I lost my train of thought. I don't know. I will make a schedule. That's all. My brain, she don't work so good sometime. My brain is held together with rubber bands and paper clips. My brain is in a paper sack. Somewhere. Rotting in a locker. I didn't exactly watch a new trailer for Jurassic World something, but it did look both ridiculous and what I want out of the movie. More directly what I wanted out of the movie. The other one I saw, I didn't watch it. Like, I didn't put the sound on, but I was like looking at the footage a little bit, and it was like, 10 seconds looping over and over. It was like, so the first one I saw was, I'm really excited for a movie about dinosaurs, the Jurassic Park dinosaurs running around the world now. That's a cool That's where you want it to go. And so I saw the first trailer, and it was just him like running through the snow or something, being chased by raptors. And I was like, all right, whatever. This one, it showed like what's his name? Chris Pratt being chased by raptors on his little motorbike through like some European city or something. And I was like, okay. And then he gets to like the town square or whatever, and there's like dinosaurs, or there's like a T-Rex like lumbering about, and other dinosaurs wandering around. I was like, yeah. But then it shows the red-headed lady, whatever her name is, jumping from roof to roof on foot, being hit by a raptor who is also jumping from roof to roof after her. I was like, right. Cool, I guess. I have high hopes for that movie. But, it looked a little... just a tad silly to me. But I'm excited. They've all been untied. All these characters from their chairs. Let's see, what am I doing? Rope. This is what ropes look like. This is my impression of a rope. Okay, and then there's like one of these weird floor seam things here. And another here-ish. So my brother and my other brother are out in Florida right now. I think the idea is they're celebrating my sister-in-law's 30th birthday or something. Yeah, I think her 30th birthday is tomorrow. So my brother's probably going to dump her for a younger model. No, I'm just kidding. It's terrible. That is a pretty antique kind of joke at this point. We need to dump that joke for a younger model. Okay. Is that all of this terrible panel? Look at this perspective. Maybe I'll fix it digitally. I think that's going to have to happen. Woof. Okay. Something about these eyes. I'm not too bugged by this panel. My name is Bongo. I may be small, but I am the bravest man of them all. That's all. I am an Occidental from the land of Dragon's Breath, where they are not ornamental, but are real as life and death. They terrorize the populace, the people quake with fear, for dragons have no thoughtfulness, their egos are severe. Okay, that's all. Okay, this is how you draw a person's eye. How about every time, just like this. Step 1, draw this line. Step 2, garnish with parsley. Trying to do these Daffy Duck white lines. Cripes. Mm. So let's see, hair. You gotta draw hair, huh? I'm trying to get details in my strokes. Sometimes they don't. That doesn't yield me great results. But something I learned, so you'll see, like, I didn't draw like a bunch of strands of hair on her ever. It's kind of like you design hair in clumps. Her hair's kind of all rectangles or something. Or something. Step 1. Something. Okay, then we've got some manner of mouth. Oh, when I came on today, I had a false start to the show. I had everything set up. And then I hit go live. And it was just thinking forever. And ever. And ever. I was trying to refresh. And I could see that the broadcast was going. But like I was waving my hand in front of the camera and nothing happening. On my end anyway. So I had to just end it and delete the broadcast. Restart. And here we are. And here I've been ever since. So I think I'm gonna take a break after I finish this page to probably eat something, take care of some stuff. And then I'm going to start the next page. One thing is the next page has no backgrounds on it because Past Me is such a meanie. It's a mean jerk. So I might throw, maybe not in every panel, but throw something in there. It looks kind of hacktastic to have not a background on the not a single background on the entire page. I mean, there's mangas and stuff that I've seen that don't do very many backgrounds at all, and they're still they work, and I might be able to get away with it, but I think it'll just be too sparse compared to the rest of the book, which my backgrounds are already pretty like easy peasy most of the time. Okay, here's her hand. Here's her wrist. Elbow into bicep. Shoulder. This is gonna be like her breast into her like armpit. There's got to be like a rib cage somewhere. Almost certainly. There's her waist. And then elbow, bicep into shoulder. I'm gonna follow that through like that. And then she has these like frills on her collar in this dress. It's the only touch I've established to this dress that of any kind of design. Okay. So I don't feel like drawing her again. I'm going to start with the crux on this one. I don't have the heart to draw her right now. I need some space. She almost looks like that's what she's telling him. Um, it's getting fuzzy on me. There we go, that's a tight point. That's what the doctor ordered. There's a doctor. He orders things. Eyes. When you're a fraud artist, it's really important to get good eyes on your characters. I keep getting tempted to fill in his eyebrows lately, and I think they're supposed to be green. I think most of the book I have not filled in his eyebrows, but I think I did it a couple times in the past 10 pages. What's more is I don't think I fixed it, so I'm going to have to eventually. Well, I mean, I don't think it's that pressing a matter, but I'll probably fix it. Because in my mind, his eyebrows are green. His hair is green when he's younger and has hair. Maybe in your mind, you have a different truth to what color his hair is, but my truth is some other preposterous hogwash. Let's see now. This little ascot-y thingy. Comes in front. In front of his crossbones bow tie. I think this little bone stalk should be a little longer. That's a crossbones bow tie. That's how you draw a crossbones bow tie. Here's his collar. You could draw this jacket all day. It could take you all day to draw this jacket once. I'm driving here. Somebody's honking out there. You gonna honk back or what? Or am I honking up the wrong tree? I really don't like honking. When I'm in traffic and somebody honks, it's almost always the most useless form of communication. I'm almost like, there have been a couple times where I was like, okay, that was an effective honk. That communicated what they were telling the other person, and it was effective communication. But most of the time, I am just infuriated whenever somebody honks. Mostly when you don't know who honked or who they're honking at. It's like, that drives me crazy. So good luck. Or sometimes somebody will honk at you and you're like, it's the guy in front of me. What am I to do? And I'm gonna it's like the shadow side, right? Because it's away from the light, which is probably coming from the top. So you kind of just make heavier line weights toward the bottom. I'm deciding on page 157. It's a good idea. I mean, I've probably done it to some extent throughout the book, but certainly not consistently because I'm a fraud. But I do know how to be a good artist sometimes. Am I seriously still working on this panel? I'm so sick of this panel. It makes me cry. There's like a line from an episode of Scrubs where Sarah Chalk, who plays Elliot, she was dating she was dating a male nurse for a period of the show, and then when they break up, I guess as a mean joke, somebody's been leaving bedpans in her locker. She goes, and would whoever keeps leaving bedpans in my locker please stop? It makes me cry. Because it makes her think of her ex male nurse boyfriend. Okay, what else? Scrubs is one of my favorite shows. That was the first show I ever really followed and saw start to finish. And if you're gonna watch it, I'd recommend the DVDs because the DVDs have the original music, and any streaming service is gonna have some of the best music cues of the show replaced with stupid music. One scene specifically in my head, they butchered by having to replace the music, but I have heard that they may be they're working on getting the rights to all the original music back for the syndication and streaming, which would be cool. Because it really undermines one of my favorite scenes. I think there was a problem with Malcolm in the Middle too, where they couldn't even get the rights to the music for the DVD sets. Oh, this background's a farce. No. Anyway, um, now my boys, They Might Be Giants. They did the scoring for the show, at least up through season 3. They did the score and the theme song. Um, but you know, I know there's like Elvis Costello music and Soul Coffee music and all kinds of stuff in Malcolm in the Middle. But they put out the first season on DVD, but then they never put out the rest of it on DVD. And I think what I'd heard was it had to do with the music rights. That was a great show. I would have loved to own that on DVD. Not that I watch my DVDs of anything anymore. For some reason. It's like I can't be bothered to pop in a disc. That's pretty lazy, I feel like. That's something special, lazy. It's like there's been times where it's like I can't watch this show anywhere, but I really want to watch this show, but I'd have to watch it on DVD because it's not anywhere else. And it's like, I'll watch something else. Like, for example, I like Scrubs better on the DVDs, right? Because of the music. But I haven't dusted those things off in years. I just rewatched most of the series on Hulu. And just point out all the scenes I don't like anymore because they replaced the music. What have we been going? 50 minutes almost. It's 11:30 almost. Just keeping track of the day. So I've been reading Scaling the Secular City by J.P. Moreland. And he's talking a lot about infinity at the beginning of it. Because he's talking about the beginning of the universe. And he's essentially making the argument that the universe can't be, it can't have no beginning. The universe had to have a finite beginning. Anyway, he's talking about infinities and like hypothetical infinities, and like, for example, if you're so there's, what, you start at 1 and then you go to, you just keep adding up. You'll never get to the last number. But then he was also talking about, what was it? So if you're going from point A to point B, there's always a midpoint from point A to point B. And then if you bisect that, find the midpoints of those, between that, the start and that midpoint, and you're always bisecting into midpoints further and further and further, you'll always have a midpoint of a midpoint of a midpoint of a midpoint. And so you can have an infinite number of points to cross to get from point A to point B. But if you get from point A to point B, I don't know, you're not traversing an infinity, are you? I think that's what he's trying to say, is like, you can't, like, that's not a real infinity. I don't know. It's heady, but I don't know. Just seemed interesting to me. It's like you can go infinitely inward to something, but does that count as infinite? I've got nothing to add to that. There was something else that I found interesting that I read last night, that in that book, where he's talking about the Big Bang, and he refers to the starting point as being, as everything being contained in a, like, all the energy and space and time and gravity compressed into a single mathematical point. Um, I was like, I don't know, something about calling everything a math, like a unit of math. Seemed, I don't know, that sparked my attention for some reason. But I kind of have this weird fascination about math, even though I was never good at math. I always kind of loathed math. I have this weird fear and respect for math because it's crazily true beyond humanity. It's like the most consistent of everything. I don't know. It like, it exists with or without us. It doesn't need us to be true. So that's what I liked about when I read Flatland by Edwin Abbott, because it I don't know, it makes all these freaky claims about the fourth dimension and what a fourth dimension would be. I don't know, it's just math, and it implies all these. I don't know. I just like that book. Like, there's another example of me consuming entertainment about something that I don't like very much is when I was a kid, I always liked, or I found myself always liking baseball movies, or like the episode of the TV show that would be about baseball, or I don't know, stories about baseball always ended up being surprisingly interesting to me, even though I was terrible at sports and didn't like them or understand them. Let me see. I gotta look at some pages here. I think I can throw that in the background there, but that path isn't gonna be there. I like put that line there because they're just standing. No, his back is turned. That's not going to be there. That's what it is. That's not going to be there. If anything, they should be there. but they could not be there. They could be like behind him. Let me rub this in a little differently. Okay, so what? I could just do. And they're going to be talking here, so it doesn't need to be too detailed. Yeah, I'll do something like that, just designy. Because if it's dialogue heavy, I don't know, the backgrounds can get so busy, and I don't really want to spend my life drawing chairs. Let's see now. I'll go with this one. So I saw this guy that I see sometimes who he's kind of a. When I first met him, I thought he was kind of a weird guy, and I think that is generally probably how people see him. Just 'cause, I don't know, um, the way he kind of talks and acts, he seems kind of like off. And I don't think I'm like I think if I knew his business a little more directly, I don't think I would be wrong in that. But I always talk to him um, like we're buddies. We're buddies. And but yesterday I was talking to him, and he mentioned that his sister was around somewhere, and when later when I saw him with his sister and his niece, and they were just kind of like, and I met them, and it was just kind of seeing him in his element with people he loved and love him. It was just it was like it was just a different perspective. I mean, he didn't seem like a weird guy at all. And I was like, why do I even think he's weird? And he's always a real, like, friendly guy. So, I mean, that's, he's my buddy. But I just see him from time to time. And he's always, like, just real, like a real optimistic guy. Maybe that's why he seems so weird. Just always like, yeah, God bless you and your family. He always says that. And I don't know. It's my buddy. I think what I liked about seeing him with his sister and niece yesterday was like, usually people aren't talking to him and or like joking around with him when I see him. Like I'm the only one having a normal conversation with him, and like if there's other people around, they aren't like just talking to him, or like maybe they're avoiding him or something. But his sister and his niece, they were like laughing at his jokes and like making jokes with him, and like, and it was just it was nice. Yeah, because I've known that guy for almost 18 years. Oh, I did. Good. I've got my script here. I just want to see what she's supposed to be saying, because that's a weird expression, I feel like. We are on 157. That's probably what my. Oof. I did not touch the script for a big chunk. I don't know how, but there's a big chunk where I have no notes in the script. So 163, I'm looking for 57. I might not be able to easily find where I am. It is Veronica. That is her name, by the way. Okay, I think I found where I. See. Well, I guess I'll never know. I mean, I know the general idea of the conversation. Let me, something about these eyes. These eyes. Look a little like stoned or too dead or something. I think that helps. Yeah, I like that more. A lot of I try not now. This panel is a good example of me not trying very hard to fix panels I don't like, but I do try to, like I say, I might digitally mess around with the scale and stuff of those characters. Maybe that door. I don't know. Maybe I'll erase the whole drawing of the woman there. But generally, I try to be honest with myself as I'm doing this project with what works and what doesn't work, because I want it to be as good as I can muster. And if I look at it and I'd be like, yeah, that looks like it belongs in the book, or that looks like it belongs on a bookshelf. You know what I mean? Like if I bought this and I wasn't the guy who drew it, would I look at that drawing and say bullshit? Would I look at that drawing and not find it aggravating or something? Like, would it sit well with me at a glance? And if the answer is no, then I need to fix it. There are a couple things that like there's a page early on in the book that I think I might redo, because I just let I let a continuity error just sit there, knowingly. Um, yeah. If, so I'm in trying to put my best face forward in that way, where I just keep correcting myself until I, as much as possible anyway. Um, you know, what was I trying to say? Now that it's kind of like, well, how good do I think I am? But if you don't try and stand on your tiptoes, you might not surprise yourself. If you try to push yourself beyond what what you first throw down, you might not, you might surprise yourself with something. I remember at the beginning of the book, the script calls for me to draw bugs splattering on a windshield, like in great detail. And I get to that panel and I'm like, I don't know how to draw this. I don't know how to draw this bug splattering on a windshield. Like, because it was supposed to be like kind of a gruesome shot, not just a splatter, I was like, how do I represent this bug's anatomy? Like all crunched up and like well. And I don't know. I doed it though. Like, here, let me see if I can find that page, because I was really impressed with how I threw it down, and I didn't think I was going to throw anything down. It's in the first couple of pages. I don't know. I like it. Leave me alone. Oh. And then squark the windshield wiper. So when I'm complaining about like this panel or the continuity error that's hidden somewhere in this book, it's like I'm just trying to hold myself to a standard. So I think I have to fix those errors before I color the book. Like when I'm laying out the pages, before I start the colors on those pages, I think I gotta address that. Now with the one continuity error thing, drawing toward the beginning of the book, I I think I just have to redraw that page. And if I do, I'll do it on here. But it's just something's facing the blatantly wrong direction. I just didn't want to draw it again. But I'm gonna have to, I think. I was like, but it looks so good that way. Yeah, but that doesn't make sense. You fool. You dang fool. It's like, but it looks good that way isn't good enough. Might have to fill this in because I haven't really done that throughout the rest. Where am I? Okay. So I'm gonna have to do a line there, a white line, to separate the inside of her little cheek from the hair in the foreground of her face. And then she's got a... Oof. She's got a neck. Contrary to popular belief, she has a neck. I don't quite know what I was thinking with this line. I don't like it. These walls are mostly black. I'm trying to keep this a dark room. So that's gonna grapple with her hair. Well, I can make it dark in color. That might be something to consider for this panel. Yeah. I mean, it's gonna hear too, but this, I noted that I want it to be all black in the background. Okay, here's his cranium, which has a bit of a peak, kind of like Bonehead, but not nearly as dramatic as Bonehead. His skull kind of has a corner on the side of it, so it's kind of like, I don't know, it turns on the side of his head, which I don't always represent as much, like on this one, for example. How am I doing on tea? A little less than half a cup left. And it is cold as my black heart. Cold and black as my heart. Oh. Nothing makes me sleepier than drawing comics. No, I'm not sleepy. I'm just general yawning. Just all-purpose yawning. Oh no. No, 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 no. I was defending SpongeBob to my roommate the other night, who was saying it wasn't all that remarkable of a show, but we were talking about old cartoons, and he was bad mouthing SpongeBob. I was like, SpongeBob was really good. I'd say up until the movie, there might be a few good, like, I might have a few episodes that I think are really good that came out after the movie, but generally, I would say it kind of has this Rugrats syndrome where, like, the movie came out and then maybe the product, like, the look of the show was slicker after that, but the quality of the writing was worse. You know, I feel like, I don't know, that's, I'm going to call it Rugrats syndrome because that's what happened to Rugrats first. That was the first one I knew to. I mean, I guess I also saw it happen to Power Rangers and Barney. No, I don't. Do you remember there was a Barney movie? What even happens in that? How do you tell a 90-minute Barney story? Oh, I was going to do a white line somewhere. Um, Sakura Jelly Roll. Number 8. I think that's the only size I've ever seen. I don't know if they do other sizes. Okay. Here's like a highlight on the crown of her hair. Just think palm tree. No, oh, you know what? I should mention this because I've expressed lament in having it pass me up before. There was the Etherington brothers have this series of art books that they do called How to Think When You Draw. And they're only ever available on their Kickstarter when they do the next book. So book 5 has a Kickstarter right now. What's happened to me in the past, I don't have any other books. What's happened to me in the past was I found out about them in the middle of the campaign for their last book, the 4th one, and I was like, well, I want all 4 and the writing one. And but it's going to cost this much, and maybe I'll just wait. I'll hold off for a little bit till it gets a little later in the campaign. Maybe I'll have saved some money by then. And then I waited, and then I was like, oh, you know what I forgot about? That Etherington Brothers Kickstarter campaign. I should back that now. And I went to back it, and I was a day late. And that happened to me with another Kickstarter campaign too. So let me see. Where's this? What do you call it? Okay. I find it through their Instagram page. So let me see if I can find their Instagram page. Etherington Brothers. So they're on Instagram. They are Etherington Brothers. Let me focus this a little bit. Etherington Brothers. Booyah, booyah, booyah. On Instagram. And then there's the link to their Kickstarter. And look. Oh, cool. How to Think When You Draw, Volume 5. I don't think I'm going to get all 5 volumes. They've got it broken up where... Let's see. How does Kickstarter work? Rewards. Blah, blah, blah. Get book 5 for US dollars, about 32. And then you can get all kinds of other combinations of their books that are only available when you back it on Kickstarter. So it's like unavailable for most of the year until they put out their next book. How to write books 1 and 2, and you can get just those books, the writing books, and not their How to Think While You Draw any books. Or you can get book 5 and writing book 2, which I think is probably just the latest ones. Or you could get just the 4th and 5th. Or I think what I'm going to go for is drawing books 1 through 3, the starter set. That'd be a good place for me to start. And maybe when they do 6, maybe I'll get 4, 5, and 6 if they have that. They have a lot of options, combinations. Or you could get everything for $379 American. They're English guys, so everything's in pounds. But anyway, I think there's 17 or 18 days left of that campaign. So if I should show they post all their tutorials on Instagram, more or less. But it's like and on their website, let me see. Next, Part A. Let's see what else they've got here. Usually it's just like how to draw chimneys, how to draw smoke, how to draw plant life or vegetation, how to draw snouts, Part A. I'm seeing a lot of Part A's. Usually they have like it so you can slide over to Part B too. Here's forearms, Part D. But it's like anything under the sun, they've got a tutorial for. Cave interior. Here's a breeze through of their books. Yeah, chest muscles. I'm seeing a lot of anatomy right here, I think. But yeah, they've got like how to draw fire, how to draw monsters, how to draw boats, how to draw, and they just have just a bunch of whatever tips they've got for anything you can think of between all these books. And I while you can get the tutorials on their website or their social media, I think I don't know. There's something for me about having a tangible, like I know exactly which spot to go for the tutorial on smoke, and like, because once I've flipped through a book a few times, like there's been times where I'm like, oh, what I'm drawing here, I know I have a good reference in this book, in this scene or whatever, and I'll pull something off my bookshelf over here and flip right to the page and be like, boom, that's what I'm looking for. And I've got like a good reference on hand, and I don't have to like click, because I think the tutorials, they're kind of like, you got to sift through a bunch of web pages or sift through years of an Instagram page, whereas if I have a book that I have like some kind of working familiarity with, I can just be like, bing. So personally, I want to have some of those books on hand. But they're cool. I've gotten some tips offline from them that I've used. Sure, I have. I don't know. But yeah, 17 or 18 days left until I missed the opportunity again. So I think I'm going to back that. And for the 3 books, it said about $96. I think that's a decent place to start. I don't need 5 volumes right out the gate. I probably could just do with 1, 2, but I like books. I like having a robust library. It's been growing over the past 5 years. I like art books. I have this big old book that I got for my art history. I had to get for an art history class one year, and it's still sitting in my mom's. It's like displayed like way up high in my mom's house. It's a big, thick textbook. It's like that thick on art history, and I'm thinking of. I used to have to lug that sucker around. Kids probably don't even need to carry books anymore. Um, but but I might try to pilfer that off of her, my mom, that is, because I kind of want it. Oh, no, that's wrong. This has to go here. Lights out. What's it all about? I only got one cheek to turn. I've got Mr. Violent Femmes stuck on the brain. That's a song called Love, 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 Love from an EP called Happy New Year. I saw a music video for it, and I could not find out where that song was from for the longest time. But eventually, I figured out what release it's on. It's one of my favorite songs by them. So here's long fingertips, 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 fingertips. I hear the wind blow, I hear the wind blow. It seems to say, hello, hello, I'm the one who loves you so. Hey now everybody, now, hey now everybody, hey now everybody now. Who's that standing at the window? I found a new friend underneath my pillow. Come on, I could do the whole fingertips suite on They Might Be Giants' Apollo 18 album. It's like 18 short songs that are just as each one as not as nonsensical as the last. Lights out, what's it all about? I've only got one cheek to turn. Here comes the background, the straight black background. Will it be nice? No. Will it be white? No. It will be a black background. That's my song about this particular background. Will it be white? No. It will be a black background. Oh, moisty. I need to get me a big, messy brush. Just saturated in ink. And I don't play the chords anymore. The chords play by themselves. Yeah, now I'm just bouncing around the Violent Femmes discography in my brain. Holy cow! It's time to wake up. Oof, I'm hungry. Why is this the part that always takes the longest? And why on my last panel do I have this much black to throw down? Huh? Huh? Who put me up to this? Was it you? Was it me? Oh yeah. I doed it. I doed it. Gee. So 12:30, huh? 12:30 is the time that it is. Here in Central America. No, that's not where I am. I'm in North America. The central time zone of North America. Squeak. My ink squeaks. All right. Looks like a page, almost. Yep. Oh, look at I've got clothes on the ground. A sweatshirt. All right. I guess that's the broadcast. With any luck, I'll be back in a little bit to do another page. But I'm gonna take care of some business, including getting some lunch. And then I'll broadcast again, do the next page. I gotta throw some backgrounds onto it. Remember. But till then, enjoy the day. This has been Ink the Book Show with me, Ryan. Goodbye.